Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and my fellow Royalists. On behalf of the General Knowledge Club of Royal College, I'd like to warmly welcome you all to the special edition of Mindspark' 2025. Today, we have the pleasure of welcoming an artist whose work has left an unmistakable mark in the field of photography. A master of the craft, he has traveled across continents, captured everything from human stories to sweeping landscapes, and yes, some of the most breathtaking wildlife moments ever put into frame. His versatility behind the lens and remarkable eye for detail has put him into one of the most best photographers in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Pandula Bandara, a true expert of visual imagery. Good morning, sir. To start off, sir, could you give us a brief explanation about yourself and how you got into photography, as well as how did your military experience inspire you to become a photographer?
Okay, well, my hometown is Udupila. It's a small village near Kiribati, and I am the eldest in my family. I have one younger sister. At the moment she's living in Canada. About my schooling times, right, I started with Wesley College from grade 1 to 5, and my father was a civil servant at that time, and he's no more. My father and mother both are no more at the moment, and he was serving right around the country. So in 1983, we decided to leave Udupila and settle in Polonnaruwa with my father. So I went to Polonnaruwa Royal for 1 year, and then from grade 6 to O levels, I was in Gurutalawa St. Thomas's. After my O levels, I came to DSA Nanayaka for a shorter period. Before A levels, actually, I joined the army in 1990. From 1990 to 1997, I served the army, and once I became a captain, and then I resigned. So that is my previous career.
Yes.
So after that only I got into this business, and in 1997, soon after I left the army, I went to Russia to complete my higher studies. But I went with my wife, and also we got twins in Russia. So after that, it's very difficult for us to keep doing studies plus other things with these two kids. So in 1999 again we came back to Sri Lanka, and I started working with some private companies. I worked in three private companies, and then I started my own advertising company in 2006. Up to now I'm doing that the advertising business, and photography is my hobby. So in 2016 my two kids left to Australia for their higher studies, and also my wife also living with them for 6 months and coming back, and I was alone at home. So I thought of doing a kind of a hobby. So then I start with photography. I have my cousin brother who was into this field, and when I took his advice, he said to do the basic course from a reputed society. So I joined Photographic Society of Sri Lanka, PSSL in 1917, and then I start the basic photography course with them. So that's how started my photography journey.
So was being a photographer at the back of your mind since you were young, or did it just
Not really, not really. But I had cameras like the smaller cameras in those days. Even in the army, I had cameras, but those are all snapshots, right? Not the professional, the photographic shots. So, but I didn't had any intention of to become a photographer in future.
Yes. So, I see that you have received around 3,600 or so awards throughout your career, with recognition coming from countries all around the world. So, could you share some achievements and medals that you received, which mean most and closest to you, and which country like they came from?
Okay, it's like this. As I said earlier, also I started this career in 2017 with the basic course with PSSL. At that time, my teacher was Mr. Pandula Bandara. Right, he was encouraging me a lot to get into these competitions. And that time, this PSSL was organizing the 62nd international competition. And at that time, I didn't know anything about these international competitions, these awards or anything, right? And he said, your photos are good, it's looking very attractive, so why don't you apply with this competition? So then I submit my photographs, and when I received the results, I got a gold medal plus one merit award and another national award. So that was actually that was a real surprise to me, because this competition is one of the, at that time, one of the biggest in the world, right? This society is also very old. They have started in 1922, I think, and this is one of the oldest societies in the world. So they have organized 62 competitions, and at that time, I can remember there were about 400-500 participants around the world. So with those people, winning a gold medal, it's not an easy thing. But I didn't know anything about these things, but I got this gold medal plus a merit award. Then I wanted to get into this the competition subject. Earlier also I said this is my hobby. I didn't want to go into this commercial photography to earn money. So I thought of keep on applying for the competitions, and then I started applying in 2017. About 3 months, I think I have sent my photos to nearly about 7-8 competitions, but nothing came through, right? Then I started studying about the international photography and what kind of photographs they send to these competitions, right? What is their expectations, and what are the categories they perform, and then what I did was I used to go through all the galleries of previous competitions. Then you can see, if you go to a gallery, you can see all the previous winners and their photographs, what kind of photographs they are sending into this particular category. And if you take in competitions, we have about 5 different categories, like 2 open categories and 3 reality divisions, like travel, wildlife and photojournalism. So what in those galleries, you can find out what kind of photographs they send, all these top people in the world. And also I try to study about the judges, right? And what their preferences are, right? It's at the moment with the Facebook, Instagram and all those things, it's very easy to study, because when a competition is open, they always unveil the judges, right? So and so from this country, so and so from that country. Then just a matter of going to a Facebook page or Instagram page and see what kind of photography he or she likes. So that's how I try to start studying about the galleries plus judges' preferences and even the country preferences. So many people advise me not to go with the Indian competitions, but when I study the global competition trend, out of all the competitions, India is handled by more than 50%. So we cannot ignore India and go and apply for the other competitions. We can, but if you want to gain awards so much, you have to get hold of India. So especially my focus was into Indian market. So I watched movies, I watched teledramas, I watched the songs and so many things. Right, their culture is very diverse, and also it's a unique, very unique to themselves. So that's how I started from actually 2018 on the correct way. I started doing all these research. Then I start getting all these awards from 2018. Even at the moment, I am getting so many awards from competitions.
Nice.
So I think 2017 I got only those 2 awards. After that, for these 7 years, I have taken nearly about 3,600 total awards plus 1,000, more than 1,000 gold medals. Yeah.
So, sir, what would you say is like your go-to shot? What do you like to mainly photograph?
No, it's like this. As I said earlier, also there are so many categories.
Yeah.
If you want to participate in a competition, there are 5 set categories, 2 open categories, plus 3 categories. We call it reality divisions. Reality in the sense there are so many restrictions for those categories, like photojournalism, wildlife, and the travel. In terms of editing, you have a lot of restrictions. But open categories, there is no restrictions. You can do whatever you want with your own photographs. But it's very highly competitive in exhibitions.
Nice.
So that's why I studied a lot to get into those the categories. It's a different perspective. Like now, if you want to create a creative image with the open category, sometimes I used to collect about 6-7 images for one particular photograph. So it's a planned one. It's not just see and take the photograph, but the creation is a plan. You take one photograph today, and in another 2 weeks, 3 weeks time, you take the second photograph. Then you have to keep it in your mind, the lighting, what you had earlier, the everything, all the perspectives, you have to keep it in your mind. It's not easy. So that's how we capture. But if you look at wildlife, wildlife, travel, and photojournalism, those are all candid. Those are real type photographs.
Yeah.
You have to be at the right place at the right time. And also you must be capable of taking that photograph within a second. Yeah, especially in wildlife. That is all about practice.
So, sir, moving on. When an animal is hiding its habitat without any ideal lighting and other conditions, how do you still get very beautiful award-winning shots?
It's like this. Now, at the moment, these days, all these equipments are very sophisticated, right? So, to take a perfect shot, you need 3 things. One is ISO. ISO is light sensitivity. Then the aperture, right? Aperture is the lens, the lens opening for the light, and the shutter speed, how the shutter opens and closes, right? those three things should be correctly adjusted, right? But still, sometimes, right, if I go to say Yala, right, Yala or any sanctuary, they open the sanctuary around 6 a.m. in the morning. At that time, you don't have any light, right? Sometimes it's pitch dark, right? But still you get the shot. But with the camera, the equipments that we have at the moment, those are very much incapable of taking photograph during the darker times, especially with the ISO, right? And also the Photoshop, the new updates, they give a lot of very good updates to clear all this noise. So that's how you take the photographs in the dark times. Even I have a very good experience when I was in Africa, Kenya. I went to this sanctuary called Nakuru, and we saw one leopard on the tree. They have that yellow colored the trees inside the jungle. He was on that tree, and with a long distance, right? I was using my 400mm lens. That is the maximum distance I saw that leopard, and at that time it's about say 6:10, and I was there till 7 o'clock. They allowed me to stay because it's a very rare sighting, and suddenly the mist came from the behind, but still I managed to get those shots. Sometimes I was shooting, I didn't see the leopard through the viewfinder, but I got amazing shots, and I won so many monetary awards also for that one.
Nice. So, and we see this in National Geography and all, the life of the lion, how they go and hunt.
Yeah.
So, how are those carried out? The cameras placement.
No, it's like some they set up the cameras, right? They are allowed to do that. We cannot go and set up the cameras in those hideouts and all, but those channels actually they are allowed to do that. And also, if you go to Kenya, Masai Mara, you can take a off-road license. That means if there's a kill inside the jungle, even without a road, if we have the license, we can just cross and go near the kill. Yeah, I have been to those kind of kills. You have to have the off-road license. So that's how they go very close to those things and get those captures.
With the world photographed millions of times from different and various angles, you still manage to get every photo fresh and it feels unique. So how do you continue to discover new perspectives and new ways of seeing things that we are already familiar with?
No, actually, early days that was a bit difficult for me to do that. I have to go through all these galleries and so many things. Even if I go through all these galleries, I can see only the award-winning photos, right? Not the whole bunch of photographs what that particular exhibition got. But when I start judging from 2019, I think, 2019. So far, I have judged more than 200 international competitions. Every week, at least I am judging one competition. So I am always with those pictures, right? Always my mind refreshing. I know what kind of pictures I am getting, right? With all the divisions, what kind of pictures I am getting from various the countries. And some people, I know their style. When I look at the picture, I know this is from this guy. Right? So many people knows me also from my style. Right? Likewise, I also know. I always keep watching their new creativities, new kind of pictures what they are going to come up with. So that's how I keep my all these ideas fresh and create new pictures.
I see. So how do you overcome these creative blocks?
No, it's like this. When you get into the field actually, so it's nothing overcome with if you are practicing, if you are thinking always with all those things. There is no any blocks of creating any pictures, and also my thinking is I'm bit of a person who goes with my childhood, so I have so many memories, right? So I'm creating some pictures with my childhood memories, and also with the global other people's creativity pictures. So it's a kind of a mixed thing. So far, actually, I don't have any creative blocks on creating any pictures. It's about how you think, how you practice. Anything, not only photography, any subject. If you practice very hard,
Yes.
so it's very hard to. It's very easy to get the results.
So, with AI becoming increasingly capable of generating realistic images, like we see, if you give a description, it gives a beautiful picture. So, many people are wondering about the future of photography as a profession. Do you believe photography as a career path with risk, or do you think both can coexist?
No, I think it's both can coexist, but not with the competitions, right? AI is a real threat to competitions. That's why I did my PhD also in AI, the same subject, especially other field like the competition field is only one thing in photography. There are so many other like food photography, wedding photography. There are so many categories are there in terms of photography. So those things actually AI is a very vital tool. Right? So now AI is merging with Photoshop and everything. Even the camera is now AI chip supported. Right? So you don't have to go and search for the leopard's eye. So, right? When you hit the body of the leopard, it automatically goes into the eye. So AI is definitely supporting, doing a very supporting role to photography. But in competition, it's a real threat because there are so many people who are seeking awards. They used to generate photographs from AI. The good example is the 2 years back, the World Sony Photography Award went to German person. That was a 100% AI generated photograph. He refused to finally he refused to take that the prize. He said he was testing the judge panel, right? So it's a real challenge. What my personal experience is, we also get so many AI generated photographs, but it's not allowed in competitions, because in competitions you have to submit your own photographs, not generated from AI. So if we have some kind of if we think this is AI generated, what we'll do is we will ask the raw file from the participant. The raw file cannot be generated from AI. AI can, it's a separate raw file, not the original, the Canon or Nikon or Sony raw file. So he has to send us the raw file. If he's through with the raw file, then we awarded with the award. Otherwise, we disqualify. So that is how we are doing at the moment. But it's a real threat to competitions, but not the other field. Other fields, it's a blessing.
Yes. So in a way, it's an opportunity as well as a threat.
Yeah, even if I'm into the advertising field, it's a blessing from me from that side, but it's a threat from me from when I'm judging.
I see.
Likewise. But AI is a good thing.
I see. So I have heard that your mantra is practice, practice, and practice. So, looking back at your incredible career with all the experiences, what insight would you share with the aspiring photographers who can't go to Yala every weekend to practice?
No, it's like this. You don't have to go to Yala. There are enough places, right? If you go to even in Colombo areas, you have several small gardens kind of thing. You can do the insect photography, even the flower photography. So that's how you practice, right? You want to practice with your eyes, right? Without practicing and going into the big centuries, it's really difficult to react to that moment, right? If you have practice, if you have a dog in the house, you can practice with him. So once you've done your practices and the homework, everything, and then you go to Yalo or other places, so it's very very easy to capture. I'm not telling it's 100% easy, but still it's very easy, right? If you are a bird photographer, it's very quick, very quick. So it's not only your eye, not only your body, it's all about your camera settings.
Yes.
Especially you must be very capable with your settings.
So what kind of advice would you give the?
Yeah, that's right. Because so many people, right? So many people they start photographing without having any idea where he or she should go, right? As I said earlier, also there are so many paths in photography. Like in my case, I am into competitions only, not any other things, right? There are so many other paths like food photography. You can earn money. Even the weddings, you can earn money. Even covering all these events, you can earn money. So first thing, you have to select which path you are going into. According to that, you have to do this practice.
So you
Right.
should basically plan and then practice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the best thing. Otherwise, without knowing that where are you going,
Yeah.
practicing is not a good advice. First, you have to select which path you are going, and then do practice. If you are into wildlife, that's why I said even with your dog and the cat at the home, you can practice. Or else, even in Colombo areas, you have so many small places where you can go and do some macro photography, some flower photography. So it's all about how you prepare your eye and also the camera settings. My advice is actually you have to go with the manual settings first. I know all these the sophisticated cameras, they have fully auto mode and shutter priority mode, aperture priority mode, and so many things, right? Those are very easy, but my advice is go with the manual mode first, and then with the knowledge you can go with the auto or other things. Then you know actually, right? Sometimes, because if you are shooting with aperture priority, sometimes you don't know the ISO will check up, right? So it has to be all balanced. If you have that knowledge with the manual shooting, so then you know. Actually, those are easy things to shoot with aperture priority or shutter priority or fully automatic. It's very easy, but you must have that knowledge.
Yes.
That is my advice. If you are practicing, practice with the manual mode. Then once you thoroughly educated with the particular equipment, then go with the auto or other the auto modes.
So it's been an absolute privilege to hear your journey and your insightful stories. From your groundbreaking wildlife shots to your global recognition and personal philosophies on photography. So your work continues to inspire even me and other photographers around the world. So thank you very much for sharing your vision, your passion, your experiences with us. We can't wait to see what you have in store for us in the future.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
That's it for this episode of Mindspark 2025. Hope you got some worthy insights into photography and enjoyed this episode. We'll meet you again in the next episode. Till then, stay tuned.